up, my beautiful people? So I just want to get on here and talk my ish because Evelyn Lozada done started a fucking podcast because, everybody's running to YouTube because everybody needs the money apparently. Fuck us little itty bitty YouTubers. Everybody with a name is coming over here. Yeah, I'm hating. I'm hating as fuck, okay? I'm barely getting a couple dollars. Not even in the thousands. Like, can I get my couple dollars? Anyways, she done started a fucking YouTube podcast with her daughter, and I'm just here to talk ish about it, all right? Okay, number one, my biggest critique is, Evelyn, why did you start this with your daughter? Because it was the most boringest thing I've ever seen, like watching paint dry. It's like she's trying to get stuff out of her daughter, and her daughter just isn't giving it. She'll ask her a question, and her daughter will be like, I don't know. And like, I'm not hating on her daughter or anything, but like, if I know my daughter is not a star, I'm not going to keep thrusting her in the fucking spotlight, okay? I'm not going to keep forcing her to do stuff. So it's like, I know she wants to do this with her daughter, but your daughter just doesn't have like that star quality. I'm sorry. Like, and as much as I dislike Evelyn at times, like, she is entertaining. She has a little bit of star power, but this is bringing out the worst of her. I feel like this podcast is making her look boring as well. So she was trying to pull things from her daughter and it just wasn't giving. So Evelyn said the podcast was supposed to be about, she's going to make weekly podcasts. They're going to talk about the show. I mean, I don't watch over an hour already. They haven't talked nothing about the show. Like, no tea has been spilled at all. Literally, they were talking about her daughter giving birth. They brought up, her daughter having a baby by the game. They didn't speak on anything except for, I know there was a big thing where everyone was talking about you because you had a baby by the game. And, when that came out, and then she beat around the bush, didn't speak about it. She didn't speak about how she knew the game's baby mom and how she was at her baby shower. She didn't speak about how they were friends. She didn't speak about anything. She said the rumors, but then she never explained anything about the rumors. So it's like they were just beating around the bush the whole time. Then she tried to ask her daughter, like, name something that you love about me and something that you hate about me. And her daughter was like, I don't know. Like, literally, that's all it was given. They weren't giving no tea. I'm telling you, they weren't giving you no tea at all. I'm gonna play a couple clips. I'm sorry, Evelyn, your daughter is just like, she doesn't have that star power, and she's trying to talk about how she's got her confidence and this and that, but it's just like, this lane is not for her. Just like the TV show is not for her. Like, every time she comes on the TV show, they talk about how boring she is. She's an airhead, and I'm not trying to talk about her like that. I just think she's very different from Evelyn, and I don't think TV is where she belongs. I don't.
Because you and I are opposites.
For sure. That's why I don't know how you came out of my vagina. Like,
Kind of like groomed me.
that's a good one.
I'm sorry. I think people be like, her mother taught her this or her mother taught her that, or like as if you were like grooming my taste level or to some way. That's wrong.
Right.
That's what people get really wrong.
Yeah. No, I will say I was catching so many stray bullets when it came out that you were pregnant, right?
Yeah.
So it was like people were like going in on me, kind of like I would see it in my comments, and I'm like, I don't have a dog in this fight. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's
Okay, so Evelyn's daughter was saying that, a misconception is that people think that Evelyn groomed her, and Evelyn laughed. And she's like, they think that you groom me to like date the kind of men that I date. And then Evelyn just said that she caught hell when it came out that she was pregnant by who she's pregnant by. But she didn't say why she caught hell, because you were cool with the game's fiance, with his baby mom. Y'all was hanging out. She was at your baby shower. So don't act like y'all wasn't friends. Y'all might have not have been best friends, but y'all was definitely friends for her to know that you was pregnant and been at your baby shower. And she was around Shaniece. There was pictures of y'all three together. That's weird. Now, Shaniece, I know you may think that you weren't groomed by your mother, but there is a such thing called learned behavior. Like, if you see your mama dating athletes and getting pregnant, not getting married, you're going to follow in the same footsteps. Like, I would not have wanted that for Shaniece. I would never have wanted her to date the game, especially since the game is older than her. Like, he's more Evelyn's fucking age. I wouldn't want no rapper that be going around talking about he smashed all the Kardashians and they mom. Like, he really went out there and said that he smashed Khloe, Kim, the mom. Like, relax. The game is a messy little queen, okay? So I can already see it in the future when he gets baby mama drama with Shaniece. He might be going around talking about, oh, I smashed Evelyn and Shaniece. You never know. I don't even believe that he smashed every Kardashian. Now, maybe Khloe and Kim, probably. Kris Jenner, I don't know. I think he's just capping, but yeah. So Shaniece, she might not have groomed you, but she might have had you around a lot of shit that you wouldn't have been around otherwise. You would have never thought it's okay otherwise. You would have never thought it's okay to get pregnant by, someone that watched you grow up. That's weird. Okay, let's get into some other clips. So she asked Shaniece, have I ever done anything that, was embarrassing for you or, anything that, you wanted to question me about? And she was like, yeah, when you was over there smacking your cat on Basketball Wives. She was like, oh my God, I cringed. I was so embarrassed. And then Evelyn said how she felt like a little kid having an answer to her. And Shaniece basically called her up and was like, what made you do that? What happened that day? Why did you do that? So let's refresh y'all memory. This is the clip.
Got a mother. So you just felt like slapping your vagina? And no. I remember thinking, yeah, I was really upset.
I don't question you about a lot, but that one I needed some insight on, like what happened that day? Like from beginning to end, what did you drink? Like where, why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's a funny...
And it still comes up.
It totally...
On Instagram.
I repost.
And I cringe.
You cringe?
Like, oh my God, I can't get past the thing fast enough. I'm like, no. I don't want to watch it. Like, I don't want to watch it.
That's hilarious.
Evelyn talked about how Leo be finding clips of her and asking her, what is this? And she be telling Leo, oh, that she was just acting. That's just a character that she plays. So yeah, girl, it's embarrassing. It's fucking cringy. And then her daughter talked about, when she was on Queen's Court, that, that was a good show because it was about love. And Evelyn, like, I don't know. I will never believe that she was ever in love with that guy. You actually found a good guy that was willing to marry your ass, and you just didn't think he was good enough to me. You just would rather have a fucking athlete, rapper, whatever. Like, I don't know. Am I wrong, y'all? Or what was wrong with that guy? It was just all for show. Okay? Anyway, so the last clip I'm going to play is she was talking about her daughter's birth story and that how she told her daughter to watch out for her mucus plug. When she has a mucus plug fall out, then, her baby's going to be coming soon. So she reenacts how when her daughter called her and told her that it fell out. And girl, the way she reenacts her daughter is like, I cringe because I feel bad because you're making her sound like ditzy and bimbo, like how everyone be making fun of her.
It's going to be goal time, real soon. So she was like, yeah, so I think that thing you were telling me about, like, it came out, but I'm fine. I'm good. So mind you, if Leo's on TikTok and happens to see a clip of me arguing, he's like, what? He doesn't see me like that.
Well, because I've seen you like that.
Well,
not on the show.
Right.
Because I've been with you since you were much younger.
Yeah.
Now, personally, it shifted so much, but obviously, the show is still happening and those triggers are still there.
So, yeah, that's what she said, It was very boring to me. She could have did a better job. I don't know why she would bring her daughter back on Basketball Wives. It's like you want to scrutinize Jennifer. Okay, I fully believe her baby daddy or husband is a fucking scammer. Yeah, we all know that. But you can't tell nobody nothing about their man, just like she couldn't tell you nothing about Ocho. But But now that your daughter is dating a goddamn felon that just lost his house over a sexual assault, like, you can't be like, oh, y'all can't talk about my daughter, because she's not a little girl and you're bringing her on the platform to get talked about. So when you're talking about someone else's man is a felon and they shouldn't be selling stocks, it's only right for Jennifer to bring up, well, you let your daughter become a baby mama of a felon, so what's the difference? And I don't think that's right that she could be like, no, my kid is off limits. No, your kid is not off limits because you're bringing them on a fucking reality show and you're going to open them up to being scrutinized. Now they're going to be talking about her again, talking about she's an airhead. And I know what it's like for your kid to be completely fucking different than you. And so I feel Shaniece when she's like, I'm nothing like you. And Evelyn's like, I don't even know how you came out of me, because me and my daughter are the same way. I don't know how I have the squarest, whitest, caring daughter in the world. I'm like, your mama is a gangster. Where did this kid come from? But it happens. But I just know I wouldn't put my daughter on reality TV. I wouldn't put her on a podcast for people to, fuck with her. That's what I'm not going to do. So I don't know. Did y'all see the podcast? Did y'all think it was boring as hell? What did y'all think? Please comment, like, and subscribe. Talk to me in the comments. I'll talk back. Put your notification bells on. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.